Dr. Sian Proctor made history as the first black woman to pilot a commercial spacecraft when she flew on the Inspiration 4 mission in 2021. The first all-civilian orbital space flight in history, and she wasn't just a passenger, she flew the thing. And here's what I love about her story. She almost didn't make it, and she applied to NASA not once, not twice, not 3 times, and she turned that into fuel and took a path no one else thought of. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Because we need to talk about this.
Thank you for having me here today.
Yeah. So thank you so much for showing up. I want to ask you about your outfit first.
Yes. You have a flight suit and you have a space suit.
Okay.
And so flight suit is typically what you're going to wear during training. Space suit is what you wear when you go to space.
Mm-hmm.
And my space suit is now in the Smithsonian Air and Space Museum.
Okay. That's cool. So I've read about this moment so many times when you first went into space, and I watched the footage, but I still cannot fully imagine what it was truly like, you know? And I've read the headline version and the press release version. I want to know the real version. What did it feel like?
You know, it was the most exciting moment of my life because I know you want to go to space. Raise your hand if you'd go to space. Okay, look at
No,
that.
the space,
Look
space.
at that, right? And so you think about what it takes to get to that moment, and you think about all the ways that that moment can be taken away from you. And so by the time I got strapped in to that Dragon capsule on top of that Falcon 9, I'm like, light it up, let's go. Because I was so worried that it was an opportunity that would slip through my fingers.
Yeah. I think also most people who go into space are either scientists and like engineers, military pilots, but very few of them are also writing poetry. I write poetry personally, so I'm obsessed with this about you. And you combine science, art, and exploration and storytelling in a way most people don't. So why does that matter and why do you do it?
Well, you know, I think it goes down to making us whole individuals. When I was growing up, we were separated into artists and creatives or scientists and innovation. But in the past, if we go back to Leonardo's days, you were artists and scientists, right? You had both of those skills that you were developing simultaneously. And so for me, I was tracked in as a scientist early on, and I never took those art classes. I never had that ability to really explore my creative side. And it wasn't, but the interesting thing here is I've been creative my whole life, but I never gave myself the ability to recognize that. And then COVID happened, okay? And now how many of you during COVID did something creative? Right? You made sourdough, or you were baking new things, or you were picking up a musical instrument, or you were doing something that you hadn't done before.
Right.
Because creativity, our own creativity, is something we get to control.